What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. So, if you didn't already know, the news media, they have an agenda. Like that's new news. But as I was going through looking for the topic of today's video, I was trying to find more on that whole Obama deal, that whole Russia gate, and there's really not a whole lot in the mainstream news articles anymore. They're kind of already brushing this one under the rug. Go figure, because it's against their agenda. But anyway, like I said, they were trying to, I think they're trying to brush this one under the rug, because a lot of the new, like I said, most of the mainstream media, it's already gone. You know, even Fox, they didn't even find the topic on Fox News. So it's, even Fox is trying to, whatever, it's nothing. And do I think it's nothing? Well, maybe. I mean, it could be a nothing burger, technically, because I don't see anything happening about this as far as to Obama. I don't think Obama's going to get in trouble for it. But anyway, I was going through, I was trying to find some kind of a article to go over, and I found one on the Real Raw News. It's I don't know where, I would guess they lean a little bit more right, but I don't know. It is what it is, but they don't really go a lot of agenda, and sometimes it's kind of what I've noticed. It's a lot of conspiracy theory in the Real Raw News, and I don't know why. It's because a lot of it's not out there yet, so it's like you don't really, unless he's just got some very insider information. But the Real Raw News, the article is "In Pursuit of Obama." Disgraced former President Barack Hussein Obama boarded a private plane that left John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York at 8:05 p.m. on Saturday and landed in Guatemala 5 hours later. His hasty departure happened to coincide with the DNI director's Tulsi Gabbard's announcement that Obama could face criminal charges for orchestrating the fake Russiagate scandal that plagued Trump's presidency in 2017. Gabbard's proclamation made to Sean Hannity on Fox News marked the first time a seated official accused Obama of malfeasance. If the Dark Lord indeed manufactured the Russia hoax, it might be at least diabolical scheme he has perpetrated against the nation, for according to the White Hats, the Lord of the Files had brainstormed the stolen 2020 election, played part in the assassination attempts on Trump's life, plotted to murder civilian militia units that disagreed with policies, considering detonating a dirty bomb in Charleston, South Carolina, and blaming it on Michigan militia. In short, Obama is the deep state's maestro, the conductor who, while often hidden in the shadow, has been the deep state's shot caller since 2008. What's up, guys? Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to jump on real quick and do a quick shout out to the sponsors of this video, which is first and foremost the Lord above, the creator of the universe. Without him, none of us are anything. We're all nothing. And secondly, I wanted to shout out to the subscribers of this channel, because without the subscribers, this channel's nothing. And we're growing. We're growing slowly, but we're growing. And I get between like 1 and 10 new subscribers every day. So I see every single one, and every one I appreciate. It's amazing to me that I even have as many as I do. But my goal for the year is 8,000.
So if we can get that by the end of 25, that would be awesome. And if those of you that have subscribed, again, thank you so much. You're the life of this channel. And those of you that haven't subscribed, if you want to, maybe not right now, but if you want to watch for a few more minutes, and then if you want to
go ahead, make my day.
Yeah, if you want to go ahead and subscribe, that would be fantastic. But again, it's up to you. If you feel like it, if you feel like you're getting anything out of this, I'm working on a few things that I'm going to come up with some new videos and some new ideas that might help you out a little bit. But anyway, again, appreciate y'all. Love you. Back to your show.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying it's all Obama. It's all Obama. It's. I mean, they haven't necessarily. I mean, we figured that, but everybody's been saying Obama's the ringleader. I think it could even be higher than him. I mean, I think he's way up there, but I think you got to follow the money, and a lot of the money comes from someone else. But he's definitely the shot caller in a lot of what goes on in the Democrat Party. White hats say that although Gabbard has good intentions, the intelligence agency she oversees have zero chance of capturing and incarcerating the Dark Lord, who has miraculously eluded the military, even as his husband, Michael Robinson, sits in a Guantanamo Bay Delta cell. Obama, a source at U.S. Army Cyber Command, told Real Raw News, has a seemingly unlimited supply of doppelgangers or clones to befuddle his adversaries. Wouldn't surprise me there if he's got a bunch of doubles. I've talked about this before. I think every president has body doubles. I even think that Trump might have some body doubles, and they all have body doubles. It's just, and he could be, like I said, he could be in hiding and nobody even knows where he's at. And I don't think they're going to, even if they do find him, for one, they've got to convict him, and they've got to, and that's not going to happen. He's too powerful. He has too much power to be arrested and indicted and go through a grand jury, especially if it's in the Washington, D.C. area or New York or some of these places that are heavy blue states, because they support him. They're not going to, it's going to be hard to get people against him in the grand jury, and it's going to be hard to get a fair trial and stuff like that for somebody of that magnitude. So it's like, I don't see this going anywhere. That's kind of probably why it's kind of being brushed under the rug like nothing. But Trump, he ran on draining the swamp, and so far he hasn't been really draining the swamp very much. And I think, and I've been saying for a long time, you don't go after the little guys. You got to go after the higher ups. Like if we're talking drugs, you don't go after the people that are doing the drugs. That's not going to get you anywhere. You got to go after the drug dealers. And this is kind of the same way. You got to go after the big guys. Just like this Epstein deal that's kind of being brushed under the rug again and making us forget about it again. I mean, I guess Pam Bondi wants to talk to Ghislaine Maxwell. I think that's how you say her name, Ghislaine Maxwell. Who knows what's going to come of that? But they're trying to get us to forget about that too, and it's, there's enough of us out there that aren't going to forget about stuff like this. We know who it is, and even like this Epstein deal. Back to that. I don't think Epstein had a big part in it. All he was a sicko that liked children. But it's the higher up people. It's the people that are in charge of that whole thing, and I think Obama might be part of that too. But that's just me thinking. That's just my conspiracy. I'm not for you YouTube, fact checkers. That's just an opinion on that. I think he might be involved in that too. I think he might be one of the ringleaders of that too. But anyway, an hour after Obama left JFK, another Obama flew out of O'Hare on a charter Gulfstream G800 heading for Mexico City. Curiously, the plane received taxi and takeoff clearance, even though the pilot never filed a flight plan. Unless Obama has magical deep teleportation technology, he could not have been on both flights. Moreover, neither Obama had a Secret Service detail leading white hats to conclude that both were imposters trying to mislead the military and intelligence agency. So about an hour after he left JFK, he left Chicago's O'Hare. That's interesting. 2 different airports an hour apart. One headed for Guatemala and the other one headed for Mexico City. Interesting. And neither Obama had Secret Service detail. Okay. So, for one, why would he? I mean, you're not doing a very good job if you're trying to fool us. Obama has in the past fooled the white hats. Who are these white hats that this guy talks about anyway? Leave that in the comments. In April 2023, white hats learned that the deep state had hired Star Trek Voyager actor Tim Russ to masquerade as Obama at a public event, and in October 2023, terminated an Obama clone in Massachusetts. A master manipulator, an expert subterfuge. Obama has evaded capture at least 6 times since he was unceremoniously ejected from the White House in January 17. He had campaigned on hope and change, but delivered dread and fear, trying to vanquish all who oppose his tyrannical rule. Yeah, that's who the tyrants are. Trump is not a tyrant. It's the system's been broken far before Trump even came along. Whether you think whatever your thoughts are about Trump, I don't care. I have my thoughts, and right now I think he's doing, for the most part, doing a good job. But there's a few things that I wish he could do better. But regardless, whatever you think about Trump, the system's been broken far before Trump even came along. He's actually trying to fix it, but I think it's too broken right now to be fixed in just a few short years. Hang on, my alarm went off. Our intelligent network is good, but not always real time, our sources said. Thing is, Obama has tremendous resources and unlimited cash and plenty of moles still at the State Department and alphabet agencies. Yeah, they're getting exposed slowly, but they're still there. Confidence is high for reasons I can't explain right now, that the Obamas fleeing the country weren't the real deal. He knows we're watching, and he's trying to draw our attention away from where he's holding up. And that's probably not in the United States. No, it's probably not in the United States. I did one a while back. I think it was from these same people that they caught some illegal immigrants at Obama's house in Martha's Vineyard doing some yard work and stuff like that. And they said, yeah, Obama's never here. He's never here, so he's never at that one. I mean, I'm sure he's got multiple houses, but the one at Martha's Vineyard, he's never there. So they say, yeah, he's never here, but they just leave the money on the doorstep for us. Oh, sorry, it's early in the morning, and I got still the sleepies. And anyway, we were there when the feds showed up. We'd already been inside the house and knew there was nothing in there indicating where the real Obama is hiding out. It is sure as hell isn't South or Central America. We're confident he's in Eastern Europe, directing deep state operations from there. Make no mistake, Obama ain't stupid. He's a criminal genius, a Lex Luthor with billions of Soros dollars at his disposal. We've tried pulling him out of the shadows into the light, but he's one resilient bastard. When White Hats in January caught and arrested Michael Robinson, also known as Michelle Obama, they had hoped Barack would launch a rescue operation and expose himself in the process. However, they underestimated and precolorated animosity Robinson had for Barack after the pair separated in mid-2024. According to our source, Robinson found out that Barack was having salacious relationship with other homosexuals and transsexuals, and thus disowned him. Robinson, still detained at Gitmo, reportedly told JAG investigators he hopes Barack gets aid and dies. Okay. Now that was kind of a confusing one. I said that Michael Robinson, who is AKA Michelle Obama, is locked up. See, this is where they get kind of weird on these articles, because they're kind of very conspiracy theory, and they say that he's been arrested, that Michael Robinson, aka Michelle Obama, has been locked up since January. Well, who's doing her podcast? See, that's the problem there, is who's doing their podcast if she is locked up. I don't know, unless that's a body double too. See, this is where it's hard to kind of remember, but hard to believe these guys sometimes. But I do believe that he's probably not anywhere to be found, and even if he is, I don't see it. I don't see him going anywhere. We're not competing with the feds to catch Obama. Us or them. Either is fine. We've been after him for years, so yeah, we like the collar, as the saying goes. If we do get him, we'll take care of him faster than the feds will. I'll tell you that much, our source said. Yeah, again, that's kind of an interesting article, and these guys, they get kind of like, really? I mean, I believe a lot of it, that he's out of country and he's got lots of doubles, and he's very, the real Barack Obama is under the radar, and he's going to be hard to find, even if they do pursue him. But as their agenda goes, I think he's too high and too mighty and too powerful to bring down in a short time by just a single person or a single incident. We've got to have some serious intelligence in there, because we're not trying to find just some stupid dude that's out hiding in the woods. He's somewhere. But anyway, believe what you want. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, they're doing a good job at exposing the people, but they're doing a hard. But the hard part is arresting them and convicting them and holding them accountable and draining the swamp. That's the part that's becoming more and more difficult. Is or not more and more difficult, but that's the part that they're going to have a very, very hard time with. The exposing of what's going on, all this fraud and waste that Doge found, and then all this other stuff that they're finding, this thing with Barack Obama and this Russia Gate and all this other stuff. It's, yeah, they're finding it, but it's the bringing them down that's not happening, and that they're going to have a very hard time with. I mean, I guess they could just slowly start plucking away all his doubles. Start getting rid of all of his doubles. Just we'll eventually find the real one. Got to come out of hiding at some point. You know, somewhere. Hopefully, someone slips up and turns on him or gives his location or something. But anyway, that's the show. They have an agenda, and this story's kind of already out of a lot of the mainstream media news, even Fox News. I didn't even see it in there. But anyway, do the YouTube stuff. Again, appreciate y'all. Love you. Again, I'm trying to hit that 8,000 mark by the end of the year. Kind of at a slow point. I don't know if it's just YouTube's just I'm not hitting the algorithms or something, but or what, they don't like what I talk about or something, but we're working on it. We're fighting it. Let's help fight together. Let's get this done and keep your head on a swivel. Always be alert, be aware. You never know when something's going to happen. It's craziness is out there. It's happening all over, and it's happening more and more. Stay armed, stay protected, stay alert. We'll catch you guys in the next one.